There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
Good. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh,
Yes, I
way.
do.
I promised you all this.
What's up, Keith?
Not much. I've ever owned. You like it?
Okay, we are in Tip City at Keith's house. Keith, as you know, you've seen him on the channel. He rides with us. He's gonna do a big trip coming up. What? February, end of February, March, April.
End of April.
End of April.
February. End of March.
End of March.
April.
So he, last trip for him, I think, was Hatfield with us in the fall. And he told us he was going to do some work to his machine before next season. So we stopped by his house. We were in Wilmington at an off-road show. Stopped by his house to take a look at the improvements. So this is Keith. He's going to tell us all about the machine.
All right. So anyways, I got a contact in southeastern Indiana, Jason Meemer, and he owns the Race Ready Chassis Systems, and he does custom cages, roll bars, and all that other bumpers and all that stuff. And he also does the work here. And the reason I got in touch with him was he is a shock therapy salesperson. And when I had my General worked on a couple years ago, I put the shock therapy suspension on there for the shocks and stuff. And so I decided that this year here I was going to take this 2024 that 1,800 miles on it and overkill it. It's just putting a lot of stuff on it, probably, and everybody's going to laugh at it. Why in the heck would you spend all that money on something with 1,800 miles on it? But I decided, you know, I retired last year from the Air Force, my civil service job, and I said, there's my present to myself, and I decided to go all out. So I'll go through everything we did. So first off, we put the rims on it, the Raceline rims with the Rockzilla 32-inch.
And you had these powder coated, right?
Yeah,
that's the color you powder coated?
powder coated them orange. I like the orange went with the custom painting that it already had and the decals and stuff. So we went with that. So we got the Raceline rims, got them powder coated, bead locks.
And 32 Rockzillas?
Yep.
Good looking tire.
And then come around here. So we went with the Super ATV high clearance A-arms, and I had them powder coated orange to match it everything. And you can see on there, underneath there, got the Rhino 2.0 axles all the way around, front and rear. And then you can see, so here's the shock therapy RC2 IQS system shocks. So they're on the fly, switching them for control, soft, medium, and hard. There's a switch inside. So I got them there, and then underneath we put it's right in there, in that area there is the shock therapy steering box. It's the racing steering box.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a lot more stronger and last a lot longer than the OEM version. Then we put the shock therapy control links on here. Got the control links on both sides, on the front and back. And then a couple years ago, I think the first time I ever rode with you guys in West Virginia, I had my General and I took a tree through the firewall and right into the passenger seat. Luckily nobody was there. And I decided we're gonna take and put the covers on. So we've got these here, these covers on both sides, metal covers. Yep. So I don't gotta worry about getting skewered. But we got that, and we see, plus the Super ATV control A-arms. I got the Keller ball joints. They come with lifetime warranty on them, and plus they're rebuildable. So all you do is order the pins, swap them out real easily. All four tires, we went and put new wheel bearings all the way around, because when he pulled the rear tire off and pulled the hub off, it fell apart. So luckily I did have him, because he was going in to grease the wheel bearings for me. And I said, well, let's switch them out. So we put the kryptonite wheel bearings in. And so they're, hopefully we're good for quite a while. And then we go to the back. So we got, again, the shocks. We got the Super ATV sway bar, and then the links. And then we got the Super
shock
therapy,
yeah,
sorry,
yep.
shock therapy sway bar in the links. And then we got the Super ATV high clearance control arms put in. And then plus they're powder coated. Powder coated the springs, powder coated the control arms.
Did you always have a Trinity exhaust, or is that new too?
That's new too.
Okay.
So we put the Trinity, put a full Trinity. It's a full system, all the way from the header all the way back. It's not just a strap on or clamp on. I think they call it stage 5. I think that's what they call it. And then we put this shock therapy radius arms on. Put them on there with the Rhino,
yep,
Rhino 2 axles. Got them.
Bumper new, or is that?
Nope, that was there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was there. Got my trash bag. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It's magnetic. Put my trash cans in instead of
Kemimoto.
So okay.
So we've been demoing products from Kemimoto.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I decided, because every one of our overland trips, I end up drinking my Mountain Dew or drinks, and I throw the empties on the floorboard on the other side, and I got to pick them up. I said, well, you know what?
You got a bag.
I'm gonna put a garbage bag in there every day and fill it up.
We'll have to look at Kemimoto and get us a couple of them. Yeah.
So let me see around here. Again, the shocks, sway bar, links, and the clutch. So it's got a aftermarket Assassin clutch system in it. So
okay.
New primary and secondary. It changes the gearing in it, stuff. Does a bunch of stuff. And when we did that, the clutch and the exhaust, we went and had the ECU tune.
Okay.
So it has a tune, stage 2 tune on it.
Okay. What do you know? What's all on the tune?
Well, man, I wish that's why I was hoping we could have him here.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things it does. It lowers the temperature, for the temperature to kick on,
the fan,
fan to kick on. I took the EBS out of it, engine braking system. So it's no longer throw you through the windshield when it wants to kick in, which is good and bad. And there's a couple other things. Something the RPMs. It did something with raised the RPMs and something. And there was a few other things. But so we had to do that with the exhaust and that. So aftermarket Assassin tune. So they had to unlock it. Polaris locks them, so you can't touch them. So aftermarket Assassin unlocks it, and they put the tune into it. And let me see. The inside. I'll tell you what, maybe
come around here.
So here on the inside, I put the Razorback belt sensor right above it. There's right above your right by your elbow, this button. So here's the Razorback belt sensor. So it tells me my belt temperature.
That's good.
So we put that in, and here's the switch for the shocks. So it's soft, medium, firm. So it's supposed to be like instantaneous. At least that's what their website says for shock therapy. Let me see.
Is this new, or did you have this?
So Jason made that for me.
Okay.
I sent him I bought a plate off of Partzilla, the base plate for a seat.
Yeah.
And he fabricated the plate for me. He put some things. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to tape these down because they sit there like this. They rattle.
Yeah.
So I might just put some tape on them and tape them down. But I'm glad he put them on. That's gonna be nice. Next thing, the group. So in end of March, I'm going to Arizona. We're gonna ride the Arizona Peace Trail, 1,100 miles in 8 days. There's a group of, I think, 14 of us going. And one of the things that I found out after I signed up for it was they use VHF radios. They don't use the GMRS. We all had the GMRS.
Yeah.
So I had to go out and buy a new radio. So I decided to go with the handheld. So up here's a handheld, and I bought and this is through Rugged Radio. They're great people. I must have talked to the young lady there 5 or 6 times, asking her all these questions. What do I need? What do I have to do? What's the best option? And she even talked me out of more expensive options. So we went with the handheld, and it's a VHF. I think they call it business something too. But anyways, and I went with the battery, full-time battery pickup. And Jason went and made me this box and put USB and a cigarette lighter so I could plug the radio in, so I don't have to worry about charging it.
Nice.
Having it charged, so it'll be plugged in. Put extra USBs in here, connections. Because what I'm gonna do is mount my iPads and cell phone up on this roll bar, and everything's gonna plug there instead of having wires hanging everywhere all the time. So go along with the Rugged Radio. These razors are so loud you can't hear anybody. I mean, when we go down to West Virginia talking, I have to come to a stop to talk because they're so loud. So Casey and I, we decided, hey, we wanted comm units. So we went out and bought the Rugged Radio headsets, and they're over the head, so you could put them down and wear a helmet with them. So, and these are
got
the
boom
alphas.
mics on them.
Yeah. So I haven't tried them yet, but anyways, it's they're alpha something it's called, but so they're supposed to be really good for music. But let me see. So we have them, his and hers, and on her handle, she has to push to talk. We want to talk to each other.
Now let me ask you a question. When you take her for a ride, do you let her put a cushion on this?
Well, no, I think I'll let her sit on the seat, put the seat back in it. But I'm just setting up right now for my. So I went and put these bags on. I got a great deal on Black Friday on these bags.
UTVMA, huh?
Yeah, and they're great. So in one of them, I put all my cleaning stuff in there, went for the windshield and stuff, and I put my spare iPads in this one, so they're easy to get. And so going back to the Rugged Radio, I said we had push to talk on her side, push to talk on my side, and then we have that under here. It's a magnetic cover where we have.
Oh, that's nice.
She moved. Jason went and moved my radio from up here. It was up here on this bar, down to here and he made this bracket. He made this bracket for me. Custom made the bracket for the insert, and so here I have my GMRS 45 radio for when we ride, and then I had the comm units here, so when her and I could talk, and plus I could Bluetooth my radio, my phone and stuff into it, because this has a radio in it, but when we Bluetooth music through it, we could hear it, and it's got that noise canceling or voice cancel, and someone talks,
if you run a GoPro with that system, can you set it up so you talk in the mic and it'll go to the GoPro?
I don't know.
Because I've seen guys do that with a headset. Their stuff goes into
on YouTube. I see that.
Yeah, and it goes to their GoPro camera.
Maybe. I don't know. So here, and then he had to switch because we were trying to figure it out. How am I going to switch the The comm unit only accepts one input. So he went and called the tech support there at Rugged Radio, and he says, well, if you're going to use 2 radios, we got to switch. So number 1 is for my handheld. So it powers that. And I can push it down to number 2. I could use the GRMS on it. And he just put the handheld in here temporarily with the Velcro things, because after this trip here, I most likely won't even use the handheld.
Yeah. Now, did they tell you why they use the VHF instead of?
I suppose the VHF is more powerful and reaches longer distances.
So because the mountains and the terrain and stuff.
Maybe the GRMS is East Coasting, and I don't know, but Chris Bowman, who is putting this trip on, that was one of the things. You have to have a radio because there's too many lefts and rights out in the middle of the desert. And one of the apps, and we should look into this, it's called Lost Rider. Costs you $9 a month, and you cancel at any time. But you put all your information on, and we all connect through our phones in that app, and it'll show you where you're at. So that all of us on this ride that we're going to Arizona connected to it, and I can see exactly where they're at with their
Lost rider, huh?
and you can see it everywhere. So now if one of us takes a wrong turn, you know how you're supposed to stop at the next intersection, wait till the next guy bump the next one. So if somebody accidentally takes the wrong turn, you can look right on your phone or your Polaris ride command, and it will show you where everybody's at. So if somebody gets lost, you can track them down. So it's something for out there. But anyways, yeah, I really like this. That's nice and covered up there.
Nice.
Let me see. Anyways, yeah, like I said, Jason Niemer is his name, and here, let me put this up. He's a great guy to work with. I mean, he was always calling me, sending me pictures as it was getting done. So, and you got it really, he got it done pretty darn quick for everything he did.
So one more time, this is a what year?
24
Polaris XP
1000
RZR.
Yep. So I paid.
And you had
1800 miles.
Okay.
I want to show you that what I purchased online through Rock Slide Engineering is these mounts that I usually use for overlanding. They mount them on Jeeps and stuff, but I had to figure a way how to carry my roto packs on my Arizona trip here that I'm leaving for on Tuesday. So I bought this here, and it comes with these brackets you mount the roto packs to that goes across the spare, because there's nowhere on the RZR like on my General where I had mounts to be able to put the roto packs. So I'm going to see how that handles. What I'm concerned about is on TV they show it with the tire being vertical instead of horizontal like it is here on the back of my RZR, and I'm worried about the weight of the fuel bouncing up and down and sliding down. It's pretty darn tight. What I'm thinking is that the brackets got enough dig into the tire on the top and the bottom and on the sides that'll prevent the roto pack from slipping down on the tire. But anyways, I want to show you how I'm going to carry my spare 6 gallons on my trip next week, and hopefully all goes well. So I'm leaving for Arizona on Tuesday, and we'll start riding next Saturday, doing a loop around the Arizona Peace Trail, 1,100 miles. Well, as of yesterday, the temperature in Phoenix was 110 degrees. So I went on the internet and looked around to try to find a fan so I get some air blowing around inside. So Kemimoto has this fan. It's a single one. I really would have liked a dual one for the passenger side too, but for this trip I really only need one. Very easy to put in. I had to drill 4 holes into the ceiling, and it has spacers to keep it down, so there's a gap all the way around. But maybe took me 15 minutes to put in, and it comes with it has lights on it. Turn them on and off. And then it has the fan switch. It's pretty good. It's pretty good volume of air. Now hopefully it'll keep the temperature down a little bit, and also the dust. I'm hoping it'll keep the dust away. But anyways, after we get back, I'll let you know how this fan worked. Did it really put enough output to keep the dust away and keep me a little cool? Time will tell. Take care.
Hey, not done yet, adventurers. Wayne here. If you enjoy our content, please slap a little mud on that subscribe button and help us out.